Hi y'all, I'm Allison. Welcome to the Mighty Bujo. Today we have finally made it to the last video of my Books of Books series, and this is the index and list. Now that we've got our book of books, which shows the whole library that I've read, and I have my TBR binder and my monthly and yearly trackers, I have to have a way to find something if I want to know where it is within my different books. And that's where this last one comes into play. So this time I'm using a Leuchtturm, and I don't need the thick papers for this. I was originally going to use the smaller one, the floppy, but I realized I've got so many different authors. I actually typed up the list when I began this project to see how much space I would need. And I think I have 547 unique authors in my libraries between my physical books and my ebooks and audios. So that's a lot to keep track of. And if I want to go back and see the review I've written or when I read a book or anything, there's no way I'm going to be able to find it. So hopefully this book will lead me to where I need to be. It's kind of like a where is it? So as I finish an author, I will flip to that section, have their name, and then I can put volume 1 for the monthly reading journal and what page it'll be on, or volume 2, the reading journals. I'm hoping to get 5 years out of those. This will be like Bob, my book of books. I'm hoping to get 10, 20 years out of this thing before I have to expand, but we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully I've set it up to where it will definitely allow it to grow over the years without needing to expand. And I'm also going to have in here lists of series or illustrated books or my first editions, and this will be a place to list those kind of things that would not work within my first one, which is Bob. So for example, one of the pages will be for the illustrated books, and those aren't always genre specific, obviously. So they won't be together within my shelves. So this way I can have a list of just all of my illustrated books, independent of whatever genre it is or age group. Here I decided I want to stamp my index pages, and I'm still new at stamping. I tested out on paper to make sure everything's fine, and then I have so much trouble getting this lined up. It's crazy. I think this took me, 20 minutes or so. And these pauses, that's how long I sat there going, oh man. Even though this is sped up to 400%, 600%, I just sat there forever with each attempt going, how do I fix this? But finally, I found the groove. And I love these stamps. I got them on sale at Michael's for $3. It's by Recollections, and I combined 2 different sets. So since they are 2 different sets, one of them's up higher than the other, so it made it a little difficult, but not undoable. So here are the lists that I was talking about. So here I'll just list my first edition books, and this will be for any signed books that I have. I have Patricia Cornwell, which is The Portrait of a Killer, Jack the Ripper, case solved. And I went and saw a lecture on her for that. I haven't been able to finish that book. I will keep it forever, but it's just so disturbing. And the author said that she wished she had never written that book, because getting into that headspace, it just really kind of messed her up for a while. And I got back halfway through and I couldn't read anymore. And I think part of that might have been after hearing the author's experience that she went through while writing it. I think that made it resonate a little bit more with me. But my other one is I have a signed copy of Twilight from Stephanie Meyer. So those will be on there, and hopefully that list will grow. This is for my list of illustrated books, and I actually have quite a few more than I ever realized I did, so I'll be excited to see how many books go on that page. And then these are translated. This book of lists back here, this section, will also help with, I'm doing some reading challenges and with the prompts, and a popular prompt is an illustrated book or translated book. So this one will enable me, if I'm looking for something to fulfill a prompt, I can open this up and easily know, hey, I've got these that are translated or these that are illustrated that I may not have thought of otherwise. Plus, I love statistics. I love categorizing things. So this will be fun to fill out over the years. And again, this is a book that should last me decades, I hope. And here are my 5-star predictions. Those books that when you buy them, you just can't wait to read them. You just know they're going to be incredible. So I'm going to go bullet journal style with this page, and I will do like a circle or something when I write down the title. And then if it makes 5-star status when I'm done reading it, I'll color in the circle. If it doesn't, I think I'll put an X through the circle to show that it didn't quite live up to my expectations. And that's what this is, a little reminder for me. And let's see, this page. Okay, so when you're doing a page in your bullet journal and you have a great idea for something a little bit more elaborate than you would normally do, which this page will be, especially compared to the other list titles that I did, take the time to think it through. I was tired. I've been working on this project for so long, and I'm finally coming to the end of it. And I thought it would be so cool to have like a jigsaw puzzle title for this, because this is going to be for the missing books in a series that I haven't bought or didn't realize had been published. And I thought, oh, it'd be so cool to have a jigsaw puzzle and have like some of the puzzle pieces missing from the image to use as my title. Well, I didn't take the time to play with this beforehand. So as a result of that, I picked the wrong colors. I think it would have been better if I did the tile pieces bigger, for one, like I originally started with on the left. As you can see, it moves along, they get smaller. And I probably should have made the outlines in gray ink instead of black. The blue doesn't really show up. Here I'm trying to darken it, but it gets lost within the black. But I'm still rolling with it. So now to have my pieces that are outside of the puzzle, I've got some tracing paper. I traced the exact shapes and where the letters continued. And then I've got graphite paper underneath, which is like $3, so you can get it from Hobby Lobby, which enables me to transfer that image onto my book. So this part worked out beautifully. I was able to go back in with a pen and get the exact puzzle shapes that I needed, but I chose the wrong colors. I didn't really play with the color palette first. Now my yellow background is kind of too light to really show the white paper, and it now changes my rather light blue to a green color. So this page just turns into a hot mess. Here I'm trying to show some shading to give it the 3-dimensional look by using my colored pencil. And originally I did stop here. I was just tired of it and done. I was like, okay, we'll call it good, did the video. And then a couple weeks later, I was like, I can't put this up. So I decided, worst case scenario, I can't make it worse. So I went back over it with black. And I am happy to report, I think I was able to salvage this page just by changing it to black ink. I'm much happier, and I think you get the effect of what I was going for. This is definitely a title I will play with in the future in one of my upcoming bullet journal pages, because I really like this idea of it, and I think it can be really incredible. And this does turn out okay, but it wasn't quite what I had envisioned. I'm just thankful that the black ink went and saved it, so now you can see what I was going for. But bigger puzzle pieces would have been a wiser option. But anyway, this is where I will list the books that I need to finish out a series that I don't quite own. And this is going to bring us to the last page of this entire series. This has been a month-long project. I am so excited to finally start using it. I will be posting videos, showing how I use this system so y'all can see how it works. Hopefully it's going to work out like I intend. I have really high hopes for it. And I think I'm also going to be doing monthly wrap-ups to show the books being actually put through the paces of the system and the new setups I do each month. So be sure and keep an eye out for that. Let me know what you think of all of this. If you can think of any lists I should include or any other pages I should have in my little books of books, I would love to know. I do want to put a page here for funny, for those books that make you literally laugh out loud, but I couldn't think of the title that I quite wanted. So if you have any ideas on that, let me know. Funny just seemed a little too vague. I want something better. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this series, and sorry for the shaking. I will check y'all in the next one. Bye now.